very good for me, and I'm really happy. I was injured before, and I'm happy I can back race.
Assalamualaikum, halo semuanya. Jumpa lagi dengan Supriyan Satria di channel Bukan Pengawal. Apa kabar teman-teman? Saya yakin kalian semua selalu dalam keadaan baik dan sehat. Oke teman-teman, lanjutan seri ketiga dari total 7 seri kejuaraan Red Bull Rookies Cup musim 2025. Seri ketiga tahun ini berlangsung di sirkuit Aragon, Spanyol pada hari Sabtu dan Minggu tanggal 7 sampai dengan tanggal 8 Juni 2025. Sekedar informasi, di seri kedua Le Mans Prancis bulan Mei kemarin, Veda Pratama terpaksa tidak ikut serta di balapan karena masih tahap pemulihan cedera kaki teman-teman. Kabar baik untuk pecinta balap motor di tanah air, di seri ketiga pembalap kebanggaan kita, Veda Pratama, sudah siap melanjutkan balapan. Luar biasanya, Veda Pratama di sesi kualifikasi berhasil menjadi yang tercepat dan meraih pole position teman-teman. Rekan seperjuangan Veda Pratama di Red Bull Rookies Cup, Kiandra Ramadipa, yang pekan kemarin mengikuti kejuaraan Eropa Talent Cup di Spanyol dalam tren sangat baik teman-teman, dengan finish di posisi ke-6. Di seri Spanyol ini, Kiandra Ramadipa akan start dari posisi ke-10. Nah, seperti apa penampilan Veda Pratama pasca pulih dari cedera? Mampukah kembali meraih podium? Jangan kemana-mana, silakan simak ringkasan videonya berikut ini.
That'd be quality. Yeah, 11th in the points, completes the front row. Who's going to get the good start? And it's going to be fascinating to see the guys coming off the back of the grid, the likes of Benyat Fernandez. On the rev limiter, and away they go. Certainly Brian Iriarte's got a good run. You can see the 51. Is he going to? No, it's Veda Pratama who has the advantage. It's Veda who leads into the left-hander. Brian Iriarte right behind him.
It was so orderly for the first 6, 7 or 8 riders. I mean, what a start Veda Pratama's had, but after that it was absolute chaos going in towards turn 1. Now we begin this big climb up towards turn 5 and turn 6 now. We saw some crashes there earlier on in the qualifying. It can be slippy if you're offline. Some of the riders going inside. That was the number 11.
And as long as the guys behind are not silly, I'm sure that Brian will catch Veda. Of course,
something like that, and now we are all downhill on towards the back straight. Peter, I'll remind you what you said. Surely no one's going to get away with it or run away with it. Why is Veda Pratama? It's like he's got an earpiece listening to our commentary. He's gone, what are you talking about, old man?
What gearing have they chosen? Has Veda chosen
5th position? Not ideal for him whatsoever. Christian Daniel Jr., who was started from the third row from bottom. He's made a move up towards 16th along with Zen. It's better start tomorrow. Someone's down in the background, Peter. Couldn't see who it was, but it looks, it's Ramastor Gonzalez with him.
And I think Veda was perhaps using a little bit too much road coming out. He couldn't quite get on the gas as hard as he wanted to.
Yes, Ramastorfer who went down, as well as Benyat Fernandez. Tinez as well, I believe, unless he's just gone.
The previous lap, we'd been on board with Brian looking back at David Gonzalez, and he couldn't do it. Well, he made it work this time. If they slow each other down, then Veda is going to disappear. But the number 11 of David Gonzalez looking super determined in second, and is right on the tail of Veda Pratama now.
Race, he's finished 3 out of 4 races so far. A very quiet Le Mans, just taking away a few points, but had a great start to the season back in Jerez. 8 points coming away from that one. So, but this is, he's going to get a bit of a nosebleed here running this high up.
And then the 11 of David Gonzalez, Brian Uriarte, and those trio, I think, are being caught by the 31 of Giulio Pugliese and Hakim Danish on the number 13.
Really seeing it properly strung out, Peter. This is absolutely fascinating. I wonder what the conditions are like out there. I mean, the pace being drilled out here. I mean, you got 2 riders out the top 3 in the from there. Got to give a shout out to Thompson and Mounsey. That's a good start from them. Thompson could have expected him to be in this front group, perhaps with his pace and qualification, but not today. Fastest lap of the race goes to Hakim Danish on the back of this group. Malaysian rider there, doing very, very well indeed. Our championship leader, 4 second places so far this year. This is where he took
Brian Uriarte there as he tries to hang on to Veda Patama. He didn't look quite as smooth and cool and precise as he normally does. I wonder if he's just having to push quite hard to stay with the leader, the number 54. The Indonesian is Brian Uriarte, who's won 2 races and twice been knocked off, and once by Hakim Danish.
Yeah, and he wants to be running away with it by this point in the championship, didn't he? You know, he looks at what he did last year. I could go one better than that. He wants to be a junior GP champ and Red Bull Rookies champ in the same year, like the riders all before him, as Pugliese now picks his...
They flick it in there, scrubbing off the speed, then on the brakes as they go into the left-hander, and absolutely sensational stuff.
Well, now it's getting spicy because Patama has not got the lead that he once had, and it's Uriarte up the inside of the on the way down for the reverse corkscrew. This is quite a brutal climb for any runner or cyclist. As we see, we've got 2 riders down, unfortunately. Joel Pons and Christian Daniel down and out of this race as well. That's a big shame. Pons was having a better weekend of it. I saw him earlier.
Okay, and they're going to be riding again tomorrow.
What happened here then? Christian took himself top 3. Patama, Uriarte and Danish. This seems like what it's going to be about this season, Peter.
It does. And there's the number 13. Pulling out of the slips. It really has to be a mental thing, doesn't it?
You know, exactly. He's very, very high praise rider in the Junior World Championship as well. He sits 9th position. So that is a heck of a pace from the Kyrgyzstani rider.
Yeah, but wasn't that because he was penalised?
Exactly.
I think. So yeah, he was. You know, he came along this weekend and was quick enough in practice. So I think it's great things great to see him battling.
Was having a really good race. Was just going to touch upon car pushing. Say Borelli's sort of down on confidence perhaps in the moment, but
with the KTM rookies bike.
And I would just like to say, actually, sorry Peter, but Jaroslav Karpushin did a 201.16.
16-year-old Italian.
As Brian Uriarte goes so wide to avoid Hakim Danish, who goes up the inside of it. I'm telling you, I'm not finishing second again. It is win time for me.
Right, okay, and you pointed out the lap time. It was 2:02.8, relatively slow. Well, maybe the guys have realised that. Maybe Giulio Pugliese thinks, I can go quicker than this. Hakim Danish thinks, I can go quicker than this, and he takes the lead.
Yeah, there we go then. So round the final corner we come, and it will be 4 laps to go, and this is it. Getting a bit spicy here as Veda Patama is slipping off the back a little bit potentially there, as they're 3 abreast across the start and finish line.
No, I think he's not slipping off the back. I think he's there. I think he knows he can wait for this. None of them
5 seconds out of the leading pack. What's going on here? It was 4.7 last time around. As they cross the line this time, it's going to be 3.6. Well,
3 laps to go. At that pace, they can catch them. That's unbelievable.
Well, we'll have to see, because if this lot are smart, Ricardo Thompson's run completely wide there. It's Zen Mitani, Luca Agostinelli. What a ride from him. Japan's got yet another superstar following the footsteps of the likes of Taiyo Furusato. But we'll switch our attention back to the front here. 2.9 the gap. And they're coming, you can see it now. You don't need the lap time, they're coming. Here comes the freight train of Mitani. No freight, just straight up bullet. Here we go then.
And the 31 of Giulio Pugliese goes past the 13 of Hakim Danish. Veda is still with them, very much still with them, in fact. 2.5 laps to go.
Another half second, Peter.
Absolutely, 2.5 laps remaining. You're on board with Hakim Danish, passing the 31 of Giulio Pugliese. Fan out across the track. Who's latest on the brakes at the end of the track? It is Hakim. No, it's the 31 of Pugliese.
It's 1.6 seconds.
Goodness, where did that come from?
If it was 1.1, he could win it still. Zen Mitani, come on. I want to root for him. This is absolutely...
It's outrageous.
He's there. He's going to catch them on the back straight. Moment there. 4 pushing. He's pushing on, isn't he?
He is. Right, it's still Pugliese who has the advantage. I wonder, they probably have no idea that these guys are coming.
No.
You know, you can't second my goodness gracious me. So, you know, the likes of Brian Uriarte who think, right, I've got this plan, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's all going to finish because they're going to get caught.
I mean, goodness me, Peter. I'm cheering for
Just
them. Be absolutely incredible as they cross the line. What are we going to be?
They have a plan, and is it all going to get undone because the gap is under a second?
It's under a second through the reverse corkscrew. Zen can smell them. He can smell the fumes from the back of his
Point
form.
nine. Oh, it's
side by side. Here we go.
Danish.
In towards turn 13. Danish keeps it there. I mean, how he's kept that position, I have no idea. But here it is. There's Zen. It's going to be a bit too late for the win, I think, but he might still get a top 5. Danish is still leading as we come onto the back straight, Peter, for the final time.
Pugliese, Uriarte, 51. 11 is Gonzalez, and Veda is at the back of that.
Brian,
and down the outside.
Brian's gone through at the inside. Danish, he's going to look at the inside of the
But
cutback.
run to the flag.
Dead hit.
It's Danish. No, it's
him.
going to be Danish.
No,
it's Brian.
Brian got it again, and Danish can't believe it.
But you know, he is off. You know, I've talked to him before, and I said, do you have a plan? He said, no. You know, when it comes down to it at the last corner, you just got to go for it, and that was it, wasn't it? You know, he positioned himself well, yeah. And Veda picked up 4th ahead of Pugliese, and I'm fascinated to speak to Veda after the race and find out what just went when he was leading. That's the sign of a really good rider, a really great rider. They can put that behind him and battle for the win. He had the win.